Production presents Gypsy Soul, your one-stop shop for letting out your inner gypsy. Join Denise Marsh as she brings on a variety of guests to share their artistic vision with the world.
Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting episode of Gypsy Soul. I'm your host Denise Marsh and I'm so happy to be here with you today. And I haven't made that mistake from whole to soul in a long time, just want you to know that. So I took myself on a little vacation to visit some friends and let my Gypsy Soul free. I booked it months ago to go to upstate New York to see my college roommates that I haven't seen in 30 years. I went to Oswego, New York. And I also went to Watertown, and I was in Syracuse for a little bit, and also Mexico, New York. And I'll tell you, it was the best 3.5 days I've spent in a very long time. So I hope that you have a place or you have people that you go to that brings out your gypsy soul and gives you a sense of peace. Because I really felt like I embraced my roots. When I visited two of my best friends, Mark and Jane, and I know they're watching the show, and thank you for watching. And I realized when I was there that the possibilities are endless and there's so many more things that I want to do with my life, and I could do them. It gave me that inner beauty and that inner self-confidence. So 30 years is a long time. Don't wait 30 years to see people or places that you love, because you never know, when you'll be here, when you won't be here, if you'll be sick or healthy. Grab onto things now, grab onto people and places. Very important advice. So I realized that flying, though, isn't that much fun anywhere, and that the Atlanta airport is a true test in patience. But on the bright side, I got in my steps, at least 20,000 of them, and it was a wonderful trip. It was like no time had passed. We pretty much laughed all weekend long. And upstate New York is very beautiful. If you've never been there, you have to go. Watertown is, I would say, about maybe a little over an hour to Canada, maybe even less. Very green. Very beautiful, just lots to see, just gives you a peaceful feeling. And I got to revisit the college and we reminisced about what we did there. We saw the new buildings and again, I just felt almost 30 years younger. So I hope you have people again like that do that for you. But I would like to dedicate a special poem to Mark and Jane, because when I'm with them, I feel like everything bad and everything negative melts away. They make me laugh, they make me feel good, and they're just very, very close to my heart. And the poem is called Treasure Island. I've read it to you guys before, but I want to read it to you again. It's from A Connecting Flight, Poems About the Detours of Life, and I dedicate it again to Mark and Jane. So here we go. Sorry guys, I had to post it in it and it fell out, so give me a second, I'll find it. I should know in my own book where it is, but all right, let me find it. Okay, so we're gonna go in the table of contents, which this is so weird, but you guys are good, you love me, so we'll be fine. Okay, Treasure Island. The push and pull create a battle, cumbersome, disorienting, torrential, a riptide. Lost in anxiety, enveloped in fear. In the distance, I can hear the frenzied voice. Turn sideways to the shore. This is not your time. My body listens. Your voice soothing, reassuring, and safe. My brave commander. And you continue, pulling me away from the volatile sea to the treasure island that was meant only for me. One of my favorites. This is for you, Mark and Jane. I love you guys. I miss you already. On to tonight's guest. He's an author like me, but also an extremely talented and gifted artist. I met him at a book event and we just kept meeting. He is talented and also promotes others on social media. Now it's his time to shine. You'll be meeting R.G. Taylor after a short commercial break. Can't wait for you to meet him. See you in a few minutes.
Hey there, have you heard of the new show Gypsy Soul? It's hosted by the one and only Denise Marsh. Listen in as she helps you release your inner gypsy with the best in South Florida. with plenty of special guests with their own talents to inspire your inner gypsy. Tune in every other Thursday on your preferred streaming platform.
And we're back with Gypsy Soul, and I'm Denise, Gypsy Soul. That's the second time tonight. I'm going to rename the show Gypsy Soul. We're back with Gypsy Soul, and we're with R.G. Taylor. So happy to see you tonight. Ecstatic that you're here.
Hi, Denise. Great to be here. Thank you for having me on. It's great. We've been wanting to do this for a while, and here I am.
And here we are. And Archie, you have your paintings behind you.
Yes, I've got some paintings here behind me that are just inspired by my thoughts and by my feelings, and so I like to just have them. And then I've also got it on my clothes and in my shoes, and so I like to just not only have art to be seen, but also to be worn. And so it's something that I just feel passionate about, and getting to be able to kind of just get my soul out there, like Gypsy Soul, get my soul out there to be experienced and to be seen by people.
And next time I have you on the show, I'll have to wear one of your shirts.
Okay,
or
that's
maybe
a deal.
The shoes, maybe both.
Of course, absolutely.
So, super excited about the first thing. And so I wanted to talk about your book. And
okay.
We'll leave one here. And it's called Spike and the Holiday Parade.
Yes.
And what prompted you to write a children's book? Tell us the summary.
Sure, about the book. So I have two kids, and when they were little, I used to tell them stories about, just made up stories before they would go to bed. And then in the morning, they would have to tell me how the story ended. So fast forward now, years later, they're like, Dad, those stories were so good. We so like them now. My daughter's 25, my son's 22. So I was like, okay, what can I do? So that's what prompted me to write the book, was just the children's stories and all that we did when they were little. And they kind of inspired me to actually write it. And so that's Spike. And Spike was our dog that we had. And it's just about how we moved from Seattle down to South Florida. And my kids are like, what did you do to us? We have no snow, we have no cold, but I got us crazy sweaters. I got Spike in a sweater. He wasn't having anything
pictures
about it. Yeah, those are like similar pictures that we had.
Of your children.
And so those are my kids when they were younger. And so we just, I did everything I could, because I'm Dad. I have to fix this problem. So I got us blow-ups of Santas and penguins. I got the house decorated. Each kid got their own Christmas tree in their room. I got a Christmas tree inside the house and another one in the living room and the family room. I did everything I could to try and make it feel like Christmas, because we didn't have snow and we didn't have cold. We met new friends who celebrate Hanukkah and they celebrate Kwanzaa. So they decorated their cars, we decorated our cars to reflect our holidays, and we created a parade, and all of the parades come together to form Spike's Holiday Parade and raise money for the animal shelter where we rescued Spike. And it takes place right here in Meisner Park in Boca Raton, Florida.
Oh, that part I didn't know.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
I'm local-based author, and the story takes place and is featured in Boca Raton, Florida.
You hear that, Boca? You're getting a shout out.
Shout out, Boca. And happy 100th birthday, Boca.
There you go. Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yep.
I'm learning so much today. So, not only are you a talented author, but you're a gifted artist. What inspired you to do it's abstract art?
Yes,
correct?
so it's abstract art, and I think I was inspired actually by my father. My father painted, and so I would have his artwork in my house, and he studied at the American Conservatory of Art in Chicago, and so that was something that I just had ascribed to, and just said, well, did the apple fall far from the tree or not? And it didn't, so I started taking up art about a couple years ago, and I learned about color theory, and I just started kind of my own artistic journey now, and that's where you kind of have found me, is just being able to paint. I like to paint my thoughts. We have good thoughts, bad thoughts, and all kinds of thoughts, and some are longer and shorter, and we just have them, so I kind of paint the thoughts and then emotions too, so I try to get those on canvas when I can.
So, I didn't put this in here, but now that you said the emotions and the thoughts, so the top one, because I love purple.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts when you were painting that, or when you were coming up with?
So like with the background being black, it was kind of maybe a darker day.
Yeah.
But there was still light, or there was still good thoughts going on even in the darkness. So that's why I have and purple to me is just a very symbolic color for longevity and life.
Royalty.
And so I just really like that. So that's why that color was chosen, and then other complementary colors around that.
Do you title it? Does it have a title?
So they're numbered. That one I don't remember the title right off the
Yeah,
bat.
that's okay.
So yeah, but those are the. That's,
tell which
that's kind
one
of the
I really
ideas
love
like that.
already.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
plus it's on your shirt too. You got
exactly.
the purple.
We matched and we didn't plan this at all. So what are some of your favorite pieces? Are these two of your favorite pieces?
Those are some of my favorite pieces. I have a couple. I have another one. We were talking about earlier. It's 5 feet by 7 feet. It's called Audacity, and it just
Great
talks
name.
about being bigger than life and going beyond the boundaries and just seeing more. So I'm like, okay, how do I do this? So I found the biggest, print that I could get and have it, and so it's just a large print. So that's probably one of my favorites right now. And
I love the title.
And so yeah, just audacity, just audacious, to be big,
Yeah.
to be bold, to break boundaries, just out of the box. And so that's where I see my art. It's just, it can go on. It doesn't, the borders are ending. It just continues. So the canvas stops, unfortunately. But if it could, it would just continue on.
And that's great art,
Infinity.
isn't it? Great art flows.
Well, sure,
Doesn't
I'll
have
take
a
that as
beginning
great
or
art,
an
of
end.
course. Yeah,
Yeah,
of
that's
course.
great art to me.
It's great art. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
It flows like an ocean.
and goes on and on. So for sure, that's something that I enjoy it, and I really enjoy it.
What are you currently working on right now?
So in my book, I'm working on the second book. It's going to be Spike and the Independence Day Parade, and it's going to have another parade, obviously, about
We'll be
it.
back.
And oh, great. And so we'll be talking about, it's just Spike and the Independence Day Parade. I don't want to give too much away yet.
No,
And then
don't.
on my art side, I am excited because my art is being shown right now at the Renzo's restaurant here in Boca Raton, Florida, on Northeast Boca off of Federal Highway.
Italian food?
And that's Italian food, which I love. And so it's at Renzo's restaurant, and it's hanging there. And then I'm going to be a part of the Delray Art Walk, which features different galleries in the Delray area, and I'm going to be at the Easton Art Galleries, and my art is going to be featured there the first Friday of every month, and so it'll be August 1st will be the next gallery showing, and I'll be there meeting people and having my art on display. So those are the irons in the fire, if you will.
No, that's great. Lots of good events for you guys for the summer.
Yes,
and you
for
heard
sure.
it here first.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So where can people contact you if they want to purchase a book, and where can they contact you to purchase your artwork?
Sure. So, well, basically you can go to my website, which is rgtaylor.com, and they can check it out there. The book is available at Barnes & Noble online, also at the Barnes & Noble in Boca Raton, and also in Delray Beach. The Barnes & Noble locations have it. They can also get it at Amazon. They can get it and barnesandnoble.com. And then the artwork is on my website or at the galleries if you come, or available even at Renzo's restaurant
And
too.
the clothing?
And the clothing is on my website as well. And there's bags and clothing and phone cases and other things
phone
too that
cases.
people want. Yep.
I'll have to check that out.
So other concepts that people might want to have
So
for
you're a real
gifts and
Renaissance
stuff.
man. You're
Well,
you
that
do
sounds very
everything.
nice. That's very complimentary,
Yes.
but thank you.
Well,
It's
the
very
purple
nice.
made me think of it, the royalty.
Royalty, yes, for sure. Thank you. That's nice and complimentary.
Okay. Well, you've covered a lot of my questions, but I did want to ask you another
Okay.
question. So,
Sure.
how would you inspire an artist now that's just starting, an artist that's going to be doing, not the author part, I'm curious, go back to the other
yeah,
part.
sure.
but-
So for artists to be inspired now, I think you find who inspires you. What art, when you look at it, inspires you and then look to yourself and say, how do I want to interpret that, or how do I want to make that my own? It's almost like when a singer sings a song and they do a cover of it from another artist, but they turn that song and they make it their own. That's how I kind of see like they could take the art and be inspired by other artists. And hopefully my art is inspiring, but maybe it's Van Gogh or Monet or some other amazing artist.
like writing,
Dali
yeah.
or something like that. You get inspired, but then you take that inspiration and you turn it into your own work in some way. And so it might be in painting or writing or other creative ways to do that. But that's how I would encourage someone, is to say, find who inspires you or what inspires you, and then really kind of learn about it, and then take it and recreate it for yourself. Like singers take a song and they make it their own. You take that art that's inspired you and
You personalize
you
it.
make it and personalize it for yourself, and make that your journey now, and how you want to paint or write or sing or whatever that would be, that would take you on your own artistic journey.
And I think, speaking to that you're really great with inspiring people and motivating people. I remember prior to the show, you showed me a photograph that one of the photographs that your daughter
Oh,
had
right.
taken, and do you want to share that? It's so
Sure. So
beautiful.
it was just interesting. She's like, Dad, I have this idea. I'm gonna get up in the morning and I'm gonna go to. She lives in Miami, and she's like, I'm gonna go watch the sunrise here on the East Coast, and then she says, I'm gonna drive to the West Coast of Florida, and I'm gonna watch the sunset on the West Coast. And so she took pictures, and that was one of the pictures I showed you. Is that she's there on the West Coast now, showing that, sending me a picture about it, and I just thought that was. I think it's a great idea. It's a really cool idea, and so she did that.
So she has the
now.
creative gene.
She has a creative gene. My son also has painted. I've got a couple of his paintings he did when he was much littler. But yeah, I hope there's some creativity in both my kids. I think it's just important to give them that ability to say, go for it, do it.
And I think it's important that they could have the ability, but it needs to be cultivated. And I think you're doing a great job doing that.
Oh, thanks.
At least
I
from
try.
the photograph part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's wonderful that she sends the photos and all, and I think it's just interesting too. When I've talked with my son and my daughter about the book and everything, they were like very inspiring and encouraging to go for it for me, and so now I just give that back to them in some ways.
I wonder if in the future you'll collaborate with both your children or your daughter, and you'll integrate the photography and the other pictures into a book. I could see that coming together, especially with
Wow.
like the sunset, and I'm already thinking of titles. Like I'm just picturing all of this.
Sure.
What a great
Well, that's a great
collaboration.
idea. It's a great idea for a collaboration. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
I would
inspiring.
buy it. I would buy the book. I would buy copies
wow.
of the book.
Oh,
and-
terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just love to inspire people, and I think art can have a lot of different meanings and can do a lot of different things for different people. And so like inspiring people, of course, is great. It's like good music does. It can bring about an emotion within us. If we hear a good song or we see a great, movie or something, we get inspired by that. And so I just think, photography, all kinds of things. There are ways to stir the gypsy, if you will, within us
Yes.
and allow that creativity to flow.
and to free the gypsy as well. But I know also, but besides like making the actual art and painting, that when people buy that, because I have art in my own house, and every time I look at the abstract art, I see different images in it.
Yes.
And that's the cool part of abstract art. Like in your
Yes.
painting, it's not the one that's here, but the one that's my favorite with the pink. I don't
The
remember.
pink in it, yes.
Yeah, the pink, and you can see like arms.
I have hidden
in there
arms and
hearts.
figures and
and
forms that are inside of it,
mesmerizing.
people and different
Yeah.
things. So at first it just looks very abstract, but then you have to look
I'm
into
buying
it
that, by the
even
way.
more. So you have to look into it more, and then you can see the different images and the different forms inside it. So there is intentionality. A lot of times you can just see it and you just think it's just rolled on or splattered or whatever, but in actuality there is some intentionality with how I do the actual application of the paint and the color and all to put those forms and figures in there. So you'll have
That's
to
a
come to
great
the
word,
art walk. You have to come.
intentionality.
People have to come to Delray and they'll have to see more of what you're talking about.
Yes, and they will.
See it.
They will. And it's not intimidating. Sometimes you see abstract art and you're like, should I see a shark in this? Should I see a girl blowing bubbles? What am I supposed to see? Am I going to say the wrong thing? But, it's pretty open to expression.
Right.
And I'm learning that more and more about abstract art. I like it more now.
Well, that's great.
Yeah,
People have said
I
my
just-
art is like calming and chaotic, or like it's the calming chaos.
What great alliteration.
So it's
I
like
love
these
it.
two things, combined together, and so I really like that. I took that to heart. And I thought that sounds good. It sounds,
We need
like for
a
sure
little
like
bit
that.
of
that.
both in our life, right?
Yeah, I think we need it and we have it. Whether we signed
we
up for
need
it
it
or
or
not,
not.
we've got it, right?
It's there.
We've got calm and we've got chaos sometimes. It's for sure there already.
Do you feel like there's a lot of competition in the art market, if you will, right now?
I think in the art world right now there is competition, and I think that's healthy.
Yeah.
I think it keeps us all spurring on to do more and to grow as an artist. So I'm always looking and going to galleries and seeing what other artists are doing, and just to kind of see and again reinterpret it for myself or challenge myself, and to see what I do. Like this painting here behind me, I didn't use any black in it because I wanted to just let the colors and the saturation of those colors provide the contrast. But then the other one I used black. So it just depends. That was like a challenge to myself as an artist, to be able to just set these boundaries, if you will, in place. So I think in terms of competition, I mean, there's just so many different artists and so many different styles
Yep.
that, again, I think it's really, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, as they say, and it's really just what speaks to you when you look at it, and what do you want, to do with it. I think sometimes when my art is used like in a home, some people want just that piece to stand by itself, but then some people want that piece to then influence like the pillows and the cushions and the
Like a
bedspread
theme,
and everything
yeah,
else,
like-
and make it all because they love the piece so much. They want the whole room
Right.
to feel like that particular piece or be inspired by that whole piece. So that's exciting when like that happens, So I understand the standalone part that you just want it to be the focus, but then I understand when you want to take every bit of color and everything out of it and bring it all into the space so that the space feels like the painting as well.
Do your
and that's
buyers share
exciting.
that with you?
Yeah. So
Like-
they'll share
like
that.
that
They'll
they-
show what they've done with it and how they've used it and everything. Yeah.
That's exciting.
It is.
and
It's
that
exciting
makes
to
you feel
see
good.
that. Yeah, it does.
So I have one little favor to ask of you. And,
Sure.
And, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to give away the whole book. They do know what the premise is.
Yeah.
Could you read a tiny bit? Could you read, even if you read the blurb in the back or half
yeah,
the
whatever
page?
you would like. Of course,
Yeah,
I'd be
so
happy
whatever
to.
you're comfortable with.
Sure.
I don't want to give away too much.
I'll
of the
read
book.
the little back in the back.
Okay.
The book, the part of the book in the back. How's that?
Okay.
All right. So the Taylor family's pet dog Spike uses his crazy family's over-the-top holiday antics toward a good cause. Join Spike in this holiday adventure that celebrates new and old traditions with beloved family and friends. And so that's it. And then so another fun thing, Denise, that I think I want to point out is that there are hidden pugs. So the kids and the parents have to find all the hidden pugs on every page.
Like, where's Ralph?
And so where's Waldo or where's Ralph?
Waldo,
They have
not
to
Ralph.
find all the different hidden
Yeah.
pugs. So there's over 80 hidden pugs on every page. And I think it's great the book is really for all ages. So if it's a read aloud that the parents are reading to the child, even if they don't know how to read, the child is able to engage the page and look at the different, pugs and to find them while they're being read to.
The pictures are
and if they
beautiful.
know how, oh, thank you.
Yeah,
And if they know
they're so
how, if like
positive.
there's the hidden pug there's an example of one. So they can interact even if they don't know how to read yet. And so I think it's so important to even read with our pre-readers and our readers. So
I want to get that
Yeah.
book vetted. You hear that, Florida? I want to get that book vetted for my classroom because I'd love to read it this year and share it with my class. I'm so excited and so grateful and so inspired that you're here on the show today. And I know this will not be the last show that
I
you'll
hope
be
not,
on.
because you're such a great host.
I
You're very
know.
warm
So
and you're
thank
very
you.
just, encouraging. And
And it's
just,
Gypsy
just
Soul,
great
not
that time.
Gypsy Ho. Just
Right,
so you
I
know.
got that. Gypsy Soul. Gypsy Soul for sure. But no, I think I just want to appreciate and thank you for giving me this opportunity and being here and being able to just share my journey and my stories and just, being able to let people know about what I do and the work.
Well, I know that I'll see you at something soon, like either a book event or maybe, I don't know, maybe the art walk
The
or
art
something.
walk in
but
Delray.
We'll,
Yeah,
we'll
that
be
would
in
be
each
great.
other's lives. Even before the
Absolutely.
show. It was meant to be, and things that are meant to be, they just happen. There's
They
no
happen and they
coincidences.
continue to go on, for sure.
So I wanted to thank you again, and I hope you'll continue to follow Gypsy Soul and all the great guests that we have. And,
You bet. You bet.
And I will be buying that painting from you soon.
All right.
So you all heard it on Gypsy Soul, so now I have to buy it. 'Cause so
For sure.
I wanted to thank you guys. Thank you for spending this very special half hour with me. Thank you for laughing with me with my little mishaps and, knowing that I'm really good at telling jokes because I'm getting better at that. So thank you for that. I'm happy to report that I am up to, I believe it's 302 or 303 followers as we speak. So thank you, because I plan on getting to 400 by the end of the summer. I know you guys can help me achieve that goal. And I just love you guys. I love you to death. I mean, I wouldn't be here without you. You make me happy. This is the best half an hour that I spend twice a month. And it just gives me great joy. I can't imagine not being part of Gypsy Soul and not being with you. So thank you again for supporting me. Keep sharing the show. Keep having other people share it. Let me know in the comments if there's ideas that you have for the show. If you'd like to be a sponsor of the show, I'm still looking for a sponsor. I would love to highlight you. Just, get in touch with me. Don't forget to listen to your inner gypsy and let go of anyone or anything that gets in your way. find your treasure island. But, whether it's art, writing books, especially children's books. Children's books is a big thing now. Definitely, look up RG. He's one to watch. And, don't forget to listen to your inner gypsy. I love you all, and I will see you again on Thursday, the day before July 4th, July 3rd. I'll be in all my July 4th gear. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. From my Gypsy Soul to yours, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night. See you soon.
Thank you for tuning in to Gypsy Soul. Make sure to stop by next time for another enlightening show. A show that was produced by Ant Media Productions and hosted by Denise Marsh.